Coming up on County Connection. Sit back and relax. We're going for a hike. Yes, you heard that right. Probation is getting state-of-the-art training with some pretty cool new tools. And see how one county library is offering a program one parent calls the best thing I've heard about in quite a while. Welcome back to County Connection. I'm Melissa Fye. The County of San Diego Probation Department has a new training facility, but it's not your average one. See what makes this one state-of-the-art.
Probation Department, fourth waivers.
Today we went through basic entry tactics with a three-person team, and we kind of showed how we flow through the house when we do our protective sweeps. Having our own Sims house is an asset to our department. It gives real-life scenarios. Karen, how's it going?
Good, come on.
We're going to come in and do our church. Can you back up a little bit?
Sure,
Well, he's going to clear the chair, and once he's done, you're going to have a seat for me while we do our thing. It's basically a tool, decision-making tool, and it kind of tells the officer where they're at and helps them go through the decision-making process as well.
Probation, fourth waiver.
What it does is it helps to combine our mat room, our simulator room, the classrooms, and really everything that we have here so that we can provide multiple trainings together.
Are you guys in pursuit?
We can go from one scenario where we're entering into a house and then transition into a real-life scenario in the simulator. We have no idea what's going to happen on the simulator, so it does help us incorporate our communication and de-escalation skills.
When officers come back and they say, what was really weird is I went through that scenario and it was the same thing that I had happen at this house. It's a familiar territory for them, so they're able to formulate a plan, make a decision in a much quicker fashion. And for us, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, he's doing good in the office as well, so let him wrap up their search and we'll be on our way.
Thank you.
Okay.
The Sim House is the first of its kind in California, and officers have said that they've taken the lessons learned there and successfully applied them to their real-life situations. Speaking of real-life situations, have you ever found yourself looking to burn off the calories from all that pie you've had in Julian? Look no further than Vulcan Mountain. Here's a look at what you can expect on the way up to the top. We've got even more virtual hikes for you to test out on our website, countynewscenter.com. Now, it all started with a suggestion from a parent, and now the La Mesa Library has a new program for the autistic community.
Do you want to play over here? Do you want to build something? Sensory playtime is just a place where children and families can come together and just have a space in the community for them. I was approached by one of the parents, just, a very simple conversation asking if we have ever thought of doing autism-friendly playtime or story time.
They reached out to us to kind of consult what sort of things would be great, how do we promote the event, how do we make the space friendly and accessible to this community.
I told myself we can do this here at the La Mesa Library, and it just happened.
I have 2 boys, they both have autism, and this is a perfect environment for them to hang out in the library, try different toys, try different games, try different skills, and they can be as loud and as irregular as they want.
It's really nice for a family who can't normally access the library because it's a quiet place where people are working, that they can bring their kids in. No one's telling them they need to lower their volume. No one's telling them they can't express themselves physically. They get to look at books and play and enjoy the library like any other family without fear of that judgment.
It's one of the best things I've heard about in a while for kids on the spectrum. It's perfect. They love it.
Sensory Playtime meets at the La Mesa Library on the first Sunday of the month at 10 a.m. Keep an eye out for similar programs at other library branches. Rule number 1 if you see a coyote in your hood: relax. Most coyotes avoid people. Still, seeing wild animals near your home can be unnerving. These tips will help keep coyotes away from you and your pets.
What they've learned is that backyards have cat food and dog food left out all the time. People's gardens have vegetables and fruit that have fallen to the ground. That is taking the coyotes, luring them from out of the canyons and their open spaces into our own backyards. You want to make that animal afraid of people and afraid to come back into our communities. So if you see a coyote and you stomp and yell and scream at it and it turns and runs away 10 feet and stops and looks back at you, take a couple steps forward and scream and yell at it again. You need to make sure that coyote knows, I'm not welcome here, it's not safe for me to be here. If you see coyotes jumping into people's yards, there's a very easy technique to prevent that, and it's called a coyote roller. Basically, on the top of your fence, you stretch a metal cable from post to post, and over that cable, you just put a small piece of PVC pipe. A coyote, when he jumps up, and they can clear a 5-foot fence pretty easily. A 6-foot fence, they're gonna reach up and put their paws on the top of the fence. If that PVC rolls, the coyote cannot get traction and will fall back to the other side. Coyotes play an integral role in the ecosystem. If you get rid of a coyote, and that's what we always hear, can't you just kill this coyote? Can't you trap it and relocate it? Doing so means that prey population that coyote has been living on, the rabbits and the mice and the rats, is gonna explode. Nature has a way of balancing itself out. When those prey populations explode, that's gonna actually draw in more coyotes into the community. So again, we need to learn to live with them, but keep them in the open spaces and in the canyons where they rightfully belong.
Also, remember that a dog on a long leash or one running free is a tempting target for hungry coyotes. Our park rangers really urge you all to keep your pets on a short leash while you're out and about. Well, that's it for us. We'll see you next time on County Connection. Don't forget to follow us on social media for your County Connection.